I talk a lot about batteries and solar power. The notes below and the long form of this video explains why.
But then there are quite a few changes that could come from better batteries that will turn our world upside down. And they might not be immediately apparent to you. Let me explain. What if we develop batteries that are so energy dense, so cheap, and so efficient that a remote village could obtain one, charge it using solar, and the entire village could then enjoy a steady, uninterrupted supply of close to free electricity forever? Obviously, solar would need to become more efficient too, but that's happening in parallel with better battery tech. For reference, current solar tech is about 20% efficient, but recent prototypes have pushed that up to 40%. Okay, now imagine every community in the world does the same thing, generating and storing most, if not all, of their energy needs. Suddenly, you're looking at a decentralized energy network. Communities that generate and store more electricity than they use could sell it back into the power grid for a profit, and use that money to improve their community. This would also ease the stranglehold that big energy has on our power bills. A power grid built by the people for the people could mean that citizens of every nation might enjoy cheaper, cleaner electricity forever.
We've identified the 50 most important machines that allow for modern life to exist, the things we rely on every day, whether we know it or not. Everything from a tractor, to an oven, to a circuit maker. Then we create an open source, DIY version that anyone can build and maintain at a fraction of the cost. We call this the Global Village Construction Set.
Now, I have to say I was really inspired when I first saw this. It seemed like a good idea. But when I looked further into it, it seemed the biggest problem was power requirements, how to recharge the batteries for the tractors and the other machines. That seemed to be a big problem. But hang on, if the batteries and the other things are all already dealt with, that's no longer a problem. So we have the power, the storage, and every machine we think a village needs. What do we do about the global warming and the tornadoes and the storms and the flooding and the drought and everything else that that brings with it? Well, let me introduce you to my little friend, microalgae. Microalgae is the thing that started the consumption of CO2. The first organism, or its distant ancestor, was the one that created oxygen on this planet in the first place.
You're looking at a climate hero. Food, fertilizer, plastic. This green machine can do it all.
We're on the verge of a revolution.
It even sucks CO2 out of the atmosphere and reduces the methane in cow burps. Oh, and you have it to thank for all life on Earth. So what are you looking at? It's algae, 3.5 billion years old, and we're only just figuring out its potential.
So there it is. Obviously, we're not at that point yet, but when, and I'm saying when, we get that type of power, we will be able to operate our RVs, we'll have vertical farming, we'll have all the things that we can't have now because we don't have the electrical power to do it. And the machines. Once we get into the habit of building machines and improving machines and sharing that information with each other, the increase in technology will be enormous. And we go back to the plants. We go back to the microorganisms. We go back to the mushrooms and the hemp and the seaweed. And they will help us once we understand them. And once we have the energy to do it and the time to do it. And we get rid of the monopolies. We get rid of the umbilical cords, the electrical cords, the gas cords, those things holding us down, and we will be very, very free without our existing monopolies. So what do we do in the meantime? How do we survive the current predatory economy that we're in? Okay, you can see the graph beside me. The red line is the rise in corporate profits. The blue line is the decline in real terms of wages. So that's not good. So having a 9 to 5 job is not the place to go. And if you look at I have links on my website to various things that you can do, various ways of getting extra income. Take a look. I've tried to put them as clearly as possible and as helpfully as possible. If you disagree, disagree below. Otherwise, spread the word.